congrats on the win. Coach, my question will be for you, kind of a two-parter. First, what was your message to the team at the end of the first? Everything you could repeat, that is. And it felt like Courtney Vandersloot was all over the floor defensively, particularly in the second period. How did Courtney's defense and ability to cover all areas of the floor change the course in this game?
Yeah, it was great to have Sluty back out of the court. I thought she had a really solid game to have, it's scoring 7 points, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. But we know what she can do defensively. Just her activity, she seems to be everywhere. She was getting hands on balls as well. And she, obviously, I don't even think she was too tired. That was my only concern there. But it was certainly great to have her back there. Yeah, we started slow. We were a little bit rusty, I suppose. So we had to dig deep. We had to get back to playing as hard as we can and playing in the right way. We didn't make many shots in the first half, and we got some open ones, but we just had to keep moving the ball and make sure the high percentage ones, and they started to drop when we needed them.
So for you.
Hi, question for anybody. First half, Atlanta shot 13 of 18 in the paint, but in the second half, just 5 of 14. We saw some more double teams. We saw some extra activity. What adjustments were you able to make in that second half to limit them around the paint?
I think just knowing where they're trying to put the ball. They're trying to drop downhill. They're trying to punch it into the paint, and really putting two to any of the post-ups because they were just trying to score and just being conscious of that. I think that in the start we weren't as disruptive as we wanted to be, and we were able to turn that around in the second and then for the rest of the team.
So a question for you. Today you competed against Tina Charles. An interesting story there of two New Yorkers that went to UConn and now played for the New York at one point respective careers. How important do you think matchups are like that are for the younger generation that may see you and see Tina and say, I want to do that in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's really important. I think that Tina is a legend in everything that she's done, everywhere, high school, college, WNBA, like USA basketball. So for us to kind of compete against each other, she's obviously like a little bit older than me. Hopefully it just continues the pipeline, whether you're a UConn player or not, like wanting to play against someone that you've looked up to, that you followed since you were younger.
Hey Sandy, my question was just about JJ. Obviously defense, starting the paint, all there, but just lower, shot attempts and points. Do you think, as it was in the cup, was just that game flow or what they were doing? Kind of your take on that.
Yeah, I thought they were really active in the paint. JJ was feel a little bit under the weather, so we'll give her a little grace in that regard. But I think she found some energy in that second half, and that helped us. That's what we needed. Really big body there and being active and the rebounding. And sometimes players is more like, okay, things are not going well for me. I'm not scoring, but there's more than scoring. And I think JJ helped us be successful by setting screens and the rolling. She made a big 3 for us there too, but playing in the right way. And that's always critical. It's not about how many shots they take. For me, it's as long as we're playing in the right way, we've got enough depth to cover everything.
Sandy, towards the end of the first half, you were in the lineup of Sloot, Leo, KDB, and Stewie. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first time you've ran that combination all season. Just what do you think worked really well about that pairing, and how do you think you can sort of take that lineup and use it again in the future?
Yeah, look, I think at that stage we were struggling a little bit, and we were trying so many different rotations out there to get some energy here. We had a 9-0 run right at that stage, so it was a great lineup for us. It allowed us to get some momentum going into that half court. So, every day we don't predetermine how we're going to rotate, but they kind of know when they're coming in, and then we make decisions as on the fly with what's working best for us against our opponent on that day, and that was a solid lineup for us.
My question's for Breanna. You had a pretty good game today. Just what did you see out there that you could exploit?
Just being aggressive, knowing that for the majority of the game I had like 2 centers guarding me, so attacking off the perimeter, anything that I could get in transition, because that's where they're not kind of clogging up the paint and things like that. But being aggressive, knowing that some of our teammates were a little bit under the weather, and making sure that no matter what, it's not an excuse for us, and we continue to get this win and defend home court. Jerry.
This is for both of the players. I'm curious how both of you were able to use your voice and your leadership ability on this team to help the group to be able to refocus and in the latter three quarters hold the dream to less than 20 points after that first quarter?
Well, the two of you there. What's his name going to be? This is Karis.
Karis.
He doesn't. Yeah. I think just, while we're out there, we were able to see kind of what was going on and things that we needed to pick up on, and just making sure that we were vocalizing that, so that way we could, do the things that we needed to do.
And Stewie for you as well.
Like not overreacting. Atlanta has, played a game, what's today, Saturday? They played a game Thursday, like they're in a better game rhythm than us. Because, it was nice for us to have those 2 days off, but also you don't play games. And getting back was that. So that first quarter wasn't a surprise. And I think it's just all right, now we have to kind of get ourselves out of this hole. We wanted to cut it to under 10 before halftime, and we did that. And then you knew the second half would be ready to go.
Hey, this one's for the players. The second quarter, it seemed that it was a little bit of a shift. It led to a 25-4 run going into the third and taking the lead. What was that shift? What changed on your end to kind of hold a lane thing?
I think we were more disruptive defensively. It didn't matter who was matched up. Sometimes Sloop ended up on Tina or Shania Parker, and she continued to fight and battle her way out of it. And that led to us getting out of transition offensively. Just kind of getting downhill, and whether it was just a drive you fit or finish, I think that was good for us.
And then say the first time they learned more, you got the starters back, just what reaching a lot.
Yeah, no, it was good to have the whole team back. And it makes obviously rotations a little harder, but I thought on the players it was good to, we've been playing so well, and to add B, and that goes a lot. That was a luxury to have to give Sluty. That was a luxury. We had 25 assists. We had great activity. Yeah, I mean we got a little bit more depth back on the bench now, and probably Stewie had to play big minutes, but at least some of them weren't as high as they usually are.
Hey Stu, we talked about turnovers before being, when they were an issue. Talked about maybe pacing being a big case of that. What did you see today, obviously, with the lower turnover number today?
I mean, I think just being smarter. Sometimes, obviously we came off big turnover game against Mini, and being aware of that. I think sometimes we want to make the right pass, and sometimes it's a cross-court pass, and knowing when to just keep it and run through a play or run something like that. Because I feel like most of our turnovers are because we're really trying to get our teammate open, and sometimes we can get them open through a different play where we don't watch it. Actually, there is.
Sandy, Leo came off the bench today, 12 points and a couple of really timely steals. Just wondering what you thought of her today that you really liked.
Yeah, before we get into that, I have to make one point. You mentioned about Stewie having a pretty good game. I mean, she had a great game today, but it's also, she's the first player ever to get to 5,000 points. I mean, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? Yeah, let's go. Champion here. So, I mean, I just want to make sure you guys all knew that in case you didn't. But yeah, that's the fastest. I meant the fastest. Jeez. Did I say first? Not the first. Diana's made about, how many points she got? A lot. I've got a few more years to catch up to her. But yeah, that was pretty impressive. But getting back to Leo, I mean, she was solid. That's why she was on the floor at the end of the game. Her size, her versatility, and she got those critical steals for us. She didn't just make shots, she created shots. I know she got big, great shot in the corner for us, which was massive for us. She continues to grow, and it's fun. This is still a young player, still getting used to the chemistry of these players and playing alongside her, but I love the confidence and the toughness that she brings to us.
So, Bridget.
Well, Sandy, you read my mind because I was going to ask Suri about that. So.
Okay, well, good job. You can answer now, so I understand that for those ago. She was the fastest.
The fastest. Correct. Yes. Suri, how does that feel? You passed Diana Taurasi to get here. What does that feel like?
How about you, Tom?
I mean, I think it's a cool honor for sure. Obviously, when you're able to kind of pass someone like Dee, who's really paving the way with the scoring and all of that, it's an incredible honor, and also something that I'll definitely text her about. But all in all, like, I wouldn't be able to be here and do all the things without my teammates, and really appreciate continually setting me up to get to this point. But we're trying to do more than just like get accolades.
Thanks, everyone.
Can we call it in? Bye.